This story comes from a rather experimental time in our D&D playing. We were still pretty new to the game. It was me and my buddies Ben, Alex and Michael. To Ben and Michael, this was their second game. To me and Alex, this was our third, Alex's second being Dungeon Master. There was also one other person at that table having their first ever game of D&D. I haven't actually asked permission from this guy whether I can tell this story for fear he might say no, so for the sake of protecting his identity, I shall call him Unfortunate. Our party had just returned to a town. Everyone was pretty set on going back to the tavern for a little bit, but our friend Unfortunate wanted to investigate a building. It was a brothel where Michael had become friends with the owner, but word was going round that the place had been ransacked by the police. Unfortunate walked through the doors to find out most of the place had indeed been smashed beyond use, but continued to investigate into one of the bedrooms. Unfortunate walked over to the foot of a bed, and then all of a sudden, the door closed behind him. Turning his head, Unfortunate saw a colossal, disgusting, pus-dripping ogre. Before Unfortunate had a chance to get up, the perpetrator grabbed him by the neck and forced his head into the floor. Or, to put it another way, he was face down and ass up. Because much like Two Live Crew, that's the way this ogre liked to fuck. It's at this point I'll just skip a short way through the story because, being honest, I do not feel comfortable telling you the rest of what that ogre was doing. So after the event transpired, Unfortunate said he wanted to go see a medic. The reason being, someone at the table mentioned the possibility of STIs. And one thing you should never do in a D&D session is give the Dungeon Master a bad idea. We accompanied Unfortunate to a local medic and received the results fairly promptly. Unfortunate did not have an STI, but what he did have was a fetus. Unfortunate had become pregnant with an ogre baby. And fair to say, we took a little bit of the piss. Well, I say a little bit, a lot a bit. I say a lot, we could have flooded Lake Victoria with the amount of piss we were taking. This goes on for a while longer until we found a cave. Walking through, we wander across a narrow passage with spike pits on either side. It's here we got ambushed by a whole swarm of goblins. They crawled out of a hole in the ceiling, climbed down the walls and jumped at us. Unfortunate, however, wasn't fighting. To be fair, that was probably the best idea. Pregnant people shouldn't be moving too sporadically in their condition. Upon our victory, we escorted ourselves to the other end of the room to find a treasure chest. All of us, except for Unfortunate. He was still in pretty bad dismay after the whole ogre bumming incident. Not wanting to carry his child any longer, Unfortunate saw the spike pit of goblins and jumped, taking his own life. Unfortunate never played D&D with us again. He kind of lost his interest. What he did may have gone over the boundaries a little bit, but can you blame him? After all, pregnancy does have the tendency to induce mood swings.